Hello. Hi. This is my next car talk. I'm in the car, so it still counts, right? So I dropped off my kids today, and now I'm here sitting at a park because I'm going to run. At least that's what I'm telling myself. It is cold outside. But anyway, I have a great view. I'm the only one parked here right now, and there are a bunch of squirrels and ducks and things over here, and it's nice, um, nice to see at the moment. But what I wanted to say today is what I saw when I was dropping the kids off today. Um, when I dropped the kids off, as we got closer to their school, they're at the intersection, not the intersection we were in, but a couple of, like, when you stop at the light and you look down, there are other intersections, and at that intersection I saw flashing lights. um, I saw flashing lights, fire trucks, probably ambulances, definitely police, many police cars. And I thought, oh, there's something major happening over there. And I go down another intersection, look over, I can still see flashing lights and cars, traffic. Something definitely happened. I drop the kids off, I turn around and I come back, and they're still there. There's still activity at the intersection, a lot of activity. As I was driving to here, about 30-minute drive, I was thinking about the brevity of life. It's probably a traffic accident. It's likely that someone died or became very injured. It's likely that multiple vehicles were involved, or some kind of shooting thing. I don't know, but it's something major. And I thought about how whoever is there, either stuck in traffic or responding to the call or involved in whatever it is that's going on, they all did not expect this to be their day, their morning, their start to their morning. That I'm sure that they did not say, okay, I'm gonna get involved in something today. No. It came unexpectedly, and there's nothing they can do about it. It is that's their life right now. It's responding to this unexpected situation, a death, a loss of functions in your body, property damage. You know, when these things happen in our life, I think they cause us to think about our life. Where are we at? Where are we headed? What is going on? Just to reevaluate things, it just wakes us up a little bit. And so I just wanted to offer that to you today. If this was your last day or last moments, if suddenly that's it, you're gone, your heart failed you, or something, you got into accident or involved in a shooting, and you're dead, you're gone, where would you go? What happens after that? That's my question to you. What happens after that? And are you ready? So everyone has to think about that. Or not think about it and just, I don't know, deal with the consequences of the realities of whatever is next. I guess you cannot think about it and just be in whatever's next. I think, okay. I spent many years in my life not thinking about that. thinking about a whole lot of other things. Um, and for me, as a Christian, I didn't come to know Jesus because I was concerned about what happened after death. Although some people, maybe they came to know God that way. But for me, it was more like, for me, and I've shared this before in various times, but for me, I was in California, going to language school when I was a soldier, and a friend of mine asked me to go visit a church with her, which is fine. I was fine with going to church. I mean, I went to church. Church was a place that people went when they, well, multiple reasons why I went to church. One of the reasons why I went to church as a young soldier was because we got to get out of duty. On Sundays, either you go to church or you go do these other chores around the barracks or whatever. So I went to church. So that's why I went then. And then later I went because I thought about how people, when they got promoted, they would, they have a couple of words that they could say, and they always said, it seemed to me, they would always say, and I thank God for my promotion. And I thought, okay, successful people think, like they go to church, they thank God. Just this is what I was thinking as a young adult, young soldier. That's just, that's what I saw, and that's what I assumed. I didn't really think anything much about it after that. So I went to church. Wasn't bad. I go to church. I remember one time when I was stationed in Japan, I remember a friend of mine asked me why. Well, he asked me two questions, which really, wow, got me. One was, he said, why do I dress better? In his opinion, he said, why do I dress better going out to the club instead of going to church? Like, why do I look better? Like, I guess I put no effort into going to church, because my view was, God knows who I am. Why do I have to dress like I don't have to do anything? So I just come as you are. So I did. And it was just like, he was like, why are you doing that? I just remember, like, what? So I remember that comment that he made. And then I remember another comment, that same particular person, not at the same time, but later he asked me, he was like, why are you falling asleep in church? Because I remember it was hot. I don't know. I closed my eyes. The pastor started, close my eyes. I opened my eyes and it's done. Like, wow. I don't know. Like, I must have fell asleep. So I've done all these things when I was younger. That was my early church life as a young adult. And I thought that's what God was. That's it. But later, when my friend asked me in California, she asked me to go with her to church. And I went. It was a Baptist church. I don't remember the name of it. It's probably in my email somewhere, because I remember emailing him about something later. But or it's on my baptism certificate. Because what happened was, when I went to church there, listening to the message as usual, like nothing out of the ordinary for me, until the end. I don't even know what he was preaching about. All I know is something clicked in my head or in my heart. Something changed, where suddenly I felt like he was speaking directly to me. Even though this was, there's many people in that church. I don't know. But for me, I was sitting on the edge of the pew, and he was walking up and down the aisles, and he closed with, I guess, what I would call now, because I've been to lots of churches now. I know, like, this is like the invitation, and he was like asking, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I remember him walking up and down the aisle, and I don't remember if he always did this or not, but anyway, that day, walking up and, what are you waiting for? And I remember him, I felt like he pointed at me, what are you waiting for? And I was like, oh my goodness, he knows. He knows what I'm thinking. Because what I was thinking before he started all that was, wow, like, he's talking to me. Like, this message is for me. Like, Jesus died for me. I don't, like, I knew the stories, but at this time, it was, I don't know. I just realized, wow, Jesus died for me, which meant that I now have access to God. Like, God cannot be around sin, you know. And me, I've done a lot of stuff, and I'm separated from God because of that. And so Jesus paves the way. He's like a bridge. In fact, the Navigators Ministry made this little diagram, and I love it because it's real simple. It's like, here are like two giant rocks. Let's say there's two rocks. There's a chasm here. You cannot get from one side. This is you to God. You can't like pole vault your way over through works or feelings or action. Like, there's nothing that you can do to get yourself from here to where God is. There is a break here. But the only thing that can fill that gap, and this is the diagram that I love, is Jesus, right? Jesus on the cross, right? Hands spread out. Imagine this is the chasm. I mean, it looks tiny on this phone, but like, here, I'm me, God, a big gap. So Jesus comes in, arms crossed, and he bridges the gap from one to the other. From me, sinful me, to perfect God. Jesus is right in the middle. And that's why everyone, you know, if you heard like what Jesus has done, Jesus died, like, what does that matter? It matters because there's no way that we, as unholy, sinful, selfish people, there's no way that we can be in a right relationship with a holy God. We need a mediator, and that is Jesus. And so that's why people celebrate Jesus' birth. You know, we celebrated on Christmas. I don't know if he was, you know, anyway, we need a day to celebrate. So that's Christmas time for us. We celebrate Jesus' birth. We celebrate Jesus' death, which is Easter. And well, Jesus' death is Good Friday, 3 days before Easter, and then on Easter Sunday we celebrate he is risen, because he didn't stay dead when he was crucified. 3 days later, they went to the tomb where he was buried, and it was open. His stuff was gone, except for the things that he was wrapped in was there. And an angel said, like, he's not here. He is risen. And okay, like, what? Everyone's confused. Like, what? We know that he was crucified and placed here. Like, you did something with the body. But no, God revealed himself to people for a period of time. Read Acts, the book of Acts, and you'll see. Actually, if you read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, those are 4 accounts of Jesus's life and ministry here on earth. And then the next book, the book of Acts, is what happens after that. After he was died and buried, Acts talks about what happened after that. And it's amazing how God came and revealed himself in the flesh as in his resurrected body. So he is alive. And then he ascended into heaven right before their very eyes. And so when we die, like that traffic accident I saw today, someone died instantly. They go to wherever they wanted to go. They want to spend eternity with God. Then they would have responded to the many different invitations that God gives. Like, even now is an invitation to respond to the free gift of eternal salvation through Jesus Christ our Lord. You know, now is the time. If you have questions, please ask, because you might not get another moment. I know the people this morning, their lives are different suddenly and unexpectedly. So think about that. Then that's my message today. Bye.